Hello, and welcome to the Rankin Report for Sunday, August the 25th, 2024. Thank you for joining me today. Glad to have you with me. From the book of Proverbs, chapter 24, verses 21 and 22. Fear the Lord and the king, my son, and do not join with rebellious officials, for those two will send sudden destruction on them, and who knows what calamities they can bring. And from the book of James, chapter 5, verse 8, you too be patient and stand firm, because the Lord's coming is near. I want, I want to speak today, even though this message is good for everybody. I want to speak today to my fellow Texans. I have mentioned before that while other secessionist drives in the United States speak of a portion of one state leaving to join another, such as the Greater Idaho concept, or splitting off and becoming their own state while remaining within the framework of the U.S. Constitution, such as New California. Texas is the only state that still has an active movement to secede completely from the Union and become an independent nation once again. Especially here in rural areas of the state, you'll occasionally drive by a house flying a blue flag with a single star and the word independence written across the bottom. Or you'll see a ranch that has a flagpole out front with only the state flag flying on it. For both native and naturalized Texans alike, restored independence is either a charming fantasy or an interesting thought experiment, as Albert Einstein might have said it. Could we pull it off? But for those of us who believe America to be God's other covenant nation, we have to remember a few things. First of all, in this present crisis, it's certainly a tempting idea to just simply throw up one's hands and declare that our house divided is about to fall, and it might be best to get while the getting's good, you might say. Jesus' words, as recorded in the Gospel of Mark, chapter 3, verse 25, that a house divided against itself will not stand, are indeed true. And President Abraham Lincoln was quite correct to quote them as we approach the crisis of the Civil War. However, Lincoln's use of the verse was to show that the nation would either be entirely a slave nation or entirely a free nation. Neither the Union nor the Confederacy would survive on their own. The nation would remain united one way or another. And the analogy is still applicable today. We cannot continue with a population split down the middle, with one side loyal to the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights, and other founding documents, while the other side rejects all that and embraces the strong delusions of globalism, Marxism, and other ideologies that have never worked in the past without causing pain, suffering, and death. And hello, Governor Tim Walz of Minnesota. Ask anyone who has ever lived under it. Marxism is far from neighborly. We will either be all one or all the other. And let me take this a step further. Even if we reject globalism at all and stay with the Constitution as it is, but reject the other partner in the covenant, who is the God of the United States, we will fall as a nation as surely as if we went the other way and embraced the globalist cause. Having said that, I do not believe that our divine covenant partner will let things get to that point. I believe he is stepping into the mess that we have created right now to claim his rights under that covenant. Not only being our partner in the covenant, but also the judge of all the earth, as Abraham called him in Genesis 18:25, while pleading for the sparing of Sodom for the sake of the righteous who live there. God is entering the picture to reclaim souls for his kingdom and to restore the nation to the covenant, putting things right. So, for you Texans who fantasize about secession, consider that the Great Awakening that has already begun is something you don't want to miss out on, which we will if we succeed in seceding. You already see the results among people who have had a bellyful of the policies of the left, as those who once lived in states like New York and California are moving here. We are not getting out of this by stealing a lifeboat, as it were, and leaving others on the sinking ship. Texas needs the spirit of 1776 that comes from being in the Union, and the Union could benefit from a shot of the spirit of Texas. And I'm not talking about some alcoholic beverage produced here. It is the same spirit, and it comes from the Lord. We need each other. Wait patiently for the Lord, for he comes quickly. Speak the verses we had at the beginning in your prayers and declare them with your mouths. Let us be about his work when he comes, not given to a fantasy that is every bit as wicked that the ones that the enemies of God pursue. They didn't work before, and they won't work now. Pray for the Great Awakening. No king but Jesus. Independence forever. That's the Rankin Report for Sunday, August the 25th, 2024. Don't forget to hit the like or share buttons, or both, or the subscribe button, which will get you in on everything that we do. Thank you for watching today. God bless you.